Greetings, friends. This time last year, I did an exercise on values and realised some surprising things about myself. Join me on an exploration of some beautiful gardens and parks as I reflect on some of these findings. I always knew that I didn't exactly fit the mould of typical in any sense, yet I think a lot of us feel that way deep down. Even knowing this, I was surprised to find that I had been living my life upholding values that weren't actually very important to me, and neglecting values that truly were. I'd like to preface this by saying that this is just a snapshot in time. My values may change in the future, or they may not. Your values may be different, and that's the beautiful thing about humanity, how multifaceted we are. So with that said, here are 4 values that are surprisingly unimportant to me. The first one is stability. I spent years of my life working a stable job, afraid of failing at what I actually wanted to do, which was to freelance as a developmental editor and book coach, and have a flexible schedule, doing something I enjoy so I have time to finish writing my books and self-publishing them. Something I've come to know about myself is that I thrive in crisis and change, while I stagnate when things remain the same for too long. So recognizing that stability wasn't a strong value of mine, while I was making decisions as though it was kind of shocking to me. Another value that is surprisingly unimportant to me is wealth. This is something society values greatly, and something I thought I should value when I was younger and struggling financially. I've come to realize that I care less about having a lot of money than I care about having enough money. Time is of greater value to me, and I've seen too many people sacrifice time in the present in the pursuit of money with hopes that one day they have enough money they can enjoy more time later, only to never make it. I will not sacrifice my present time in the pursuit of more money than I need. This is a funny one, because I always would have said that popularity wasn't important to me. Yet I recognise that I have spent much of my life trying not to offend people and feeling distressed if anyone disliked me. Ultimately, I know that it's impossible to please everyone, so living with the value of not wanting to be disliked by anyone is something I am leaving firmly behind. As the famous saying goes, to avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. This last one may surprise some people, so bear with me so I can explain what I mean. In the long run, I believe that the only healthy way to move forward is to release anger against someone who hurt you. But I know in the past I've acted out forgiveness by giving too many chances to people who were counting on it, abusing that gift. I believe people deserve second chances, but I've learnt the hard way that that's for life to give them, not for me. So I no longer value forgiveness in the sense of giving people many chances to stay in my life. Rather, I believe in learning from bad situations and leaving them firmly behind in the past, embracing the opportunity for a better future. Now, I'd like to share 4 values that are surprisingly important to me. My mission is to be openly genuine, to be that person I wanted to see growing up, to feel less alone. That person who is honest about what they think and feel and lives life enjoying their truth without shame. That person who is open about their ignorance and faults and shows themselves working to be better. That person who by existing gives others permission to figure it out along the way, rather than expecting perfection overnight. Fear of criticism is, I think, the main reason people are so resistant with this one, so this is something that I will be constantly working towards. Contribution is my second value. I think perhaps a lot of people hold this as a value. I still have yet to figure out how, but recognizing it as a value is the first step for me going down this path, even in just small ways. Something I do believe in is looking after this planet. So if you have any thoughts on how you think that should be done, let me know, because I am very much open to suggestions. What values do you personally find unimportant or particularly important to you? Let me know in the comments below. Now, on to the final walk and final 2 values. Creativity is the 3rd value that is surprisingly important to me. Perhaps this value shouldn't have been surprising to me, but to explain, I grew up first believing myself an athlete. Then, after one too many injuries, I believed myself an academic, pursuing that path. Yet at the heart of everything, the true call within me was a life filled with creating, for I had been doing this from the moment I was born, and have continued to follow its song to this day. I am a creative person to my core, and I finally recognize it now. My final value is helpfulness. This one was a surprise to me, for I'm not what you might call an acts of service person in the traditional sense. I can barely look after myself at times, let alone others. Yet my whole life I've loved to help people recognize their dreams and help them find ways to achieve them. At my core is a strong drive to help people believe in their heart's song and develop strategies to make their goals become reality. I would highly recommend doing this exercise. I saw it from a YouTube video a while ago. I will link it down below if this interests you. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you, and comment a tree emoji below, or your favourite tree. Until next time, wishing you fulfillment, one day at a time.